There's the cover. Hook of the leg. He did it. He did it.
How's it going? It's Brian Soscia in the studio, graced by the presence of a former world heavyweight champion, a former U.S. champion, the current tag team champion, and from what I've read, your first eBay auction winner in years.
Oh, yeah. The first eBay auction I've won in years. I won the first 54 copies of Mother Earth News.
From the 70s?
From the 70s, yeah. 1970 to 1978, I want to say. I can't wait for it to come. So.
Well, if you probably nailed you on shipping, 54 issues.
Yeah.
If you don't know by now, Daniel Bryan's in studio. SmackDown tonight, Wells Fargo Center. It's going to be a good time. I mean, tickets as low as $20. Best value in family entertainment. You can walk up to the box office. It starts at 7 o'clock. And it's going to be the only place to be in Philadelphia tonight. Am I correct in saying that, Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome show.
I want to talk about, before we get into more SmackDown talk, I want to talk about, you won on eBay. You went and sought out 54 issues of Mother Earth News. So that's like the kind of guy you are, in my opinion. That's a good thing. I think you're a very peaceful, good dude.
Yeah.
You were a vegan.
Yes.
And now you're not a vegan.
Now I'm no longer a vegan.
But my girlfriend's going to be so disappointed because she was all excited. Daniel Bryan's in Veg News or something. She showed me.
Yeah,
so they're probably going to be hating on you. But why aren't you a vegan anymore? What happened?
Okay, so I became a vegan for health issues, and then I've developed a soy intolerance. So I've been getting really sick lately, and so
I'm not laughing at your soy. I'm laughing at the funny intolerance to have.
And well, I mean, it's a very unmanly way to stop being vegan is to have a soy intolerance. but yeah, and so I was getting sick all the time and trying to figure out what it was, and they found out it was the soy. Being on the road and being vegan and trying to get your protein in other than soy, there's just nothing to eat because there's soy in everything. Like most of the vegan things that you can eat are tofu dishes and whatnot made out of soy. So we did a food blood allergy test and found the things that I can eat and whatnot. And it's not like I'm eating loads of meat or anything. I'm eating mostly eggs and that sort of thing for my protein.
Well,
so yeah.
That's good.
But it's this. I don't know when this came out to people, but all of a sudden on Twitter,
that's where I saw it.
People have just been bashing me on Twitter. The vegan community has been
angry.
Yeah, they're very.
Well, that's
angry.
what you want. Maybe they'll turn to dollars for you.
Yeah.
Usually, I find people in the sports entertainment industry, WWE, were fans growing up. Some of you guys, were you a fan growing up?
A huge fan.
And when I talked to Cena in here, he told me he envisioned himself as maybe like one of the Road Warriors. What were you envisioning for your character that you would be?
See, when I decided to become a wrestler, I thought it would be like more of like a Dean Malenko type. I just wanted to wrestle, and I never actually thought I'd be in WWE or WCW or anything like that. I thought I'd wrestle mostly in Japan, which is what I did a lot for the first 10 years of my career. So because I just didn't think like, oh, they like guys who are big, and they like guys like the Ryback, right? The Ryback is exactly what the WWE wants. Yeah, eats loads of meat. He's big, he's strong. He's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Somebody like the Ryback is like a perfect prototype for what WWE kind of wants, and I never fit into that mold. Like even in high school when I had to do a report in front of people, I would get like really nervous and stutter and stuff. But you just let me go out there and wrestle, and I love doing it.
Feel at home.
Yeah, but I've developed into being able to talk in front of large crowds.
Even small crowds.
Yeah.
You're doing quite well here. When you were growing up, you said you like Dean Malenko. Who are your other favorites?
If you had an animal, I was like, oh, this guy's my favorite. Like the British Bulldogs.
Yes. With
okay.
Winston.
Years later, I came to appreciate Dynamite Kid.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the reason why I liked the British Bulldogs. I liked them because of Matilda. Like, oh, look at that bulldog, he's so cute. But then, as I got a little bit older, I liked guys like Dean Malenko, like Rey Mysterio. I love Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. I always loved like the technical wrestlers.
Of course. Now, what animal would you carry to the ring, Daniel Bryan, if you could carry an animal?
I mean, if I could carry an animal to the ring, it would probably be like a monkey or something like that. I just think that would be awesome. We're coming up with an idea to see if one of the guys can come down to the ring on a horse.
That would be great. That'd be great. I know they tried that years ago. It might have been with Michael, somebody in WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't know, but and nobody's talking about this but me and a couple of the guys I ride
Do
with.
it.
So yeah.
Do it, man. I can see you. You'd be like Paul Revere.
Right, yeah. Or a herd of dogs on a sled, mush, 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 It's winter, we're getting there.
Making it happen. All right, so I got a lot of Facebook questions and stuff, and I interviewed you before a couple times. I know you remember those times.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
I
obviously.
know you do.
Yeah.
And we talked, you said that they gave you a list of names. One of them was Buddy Peacock. Matter of fact, I hashtagged it on Twitter, Buddy Peacock, when I tweeted you today, which I think you retweeted. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
What were the other names you can remember on that list?
Okay, the other name I could remember, the only other one I can remember is Lloyd Bonnier, and
That's awesome.
So that was my big plan, is to come in as either Buddy Peacock or Lloyd Bonnier.
You could do that.
Yeah,
You could do I think you could do both of them. You're that good, where you can kind of make it happen. And I think that also that like when they're coming up with these names, you've said it before in an interview, so I can say it. Your real name. Do you mind?
Yeah, no, I don't mind.
Brian Danielson.
Yeah.
And somebody tweeted me, why did you reverse the name? Like, whose idea was that?
Well, the idea, because now for WWE superstars coming into WWE, they want to own the intellectual property for the name.
Makes sense.
For licensing reasons. Yeah, it makes sense. Well, they can't own your real name.
Mm-hmm.
So William Regal was actually the one who suggested the name Daniel Bryan, and he said because Daniel is a strong first name, and Bryan, because it's 2 syllables, is easy for people to chant, and so like I thought, I put it down on the list of names, thinking, that's kind of stupid, you know what I mean, and turns out, that one, that's the one that they picked, and 2, it's worked out really well for people as far as people like chanting my name or whatnot,
So they're chanting that. They're chanting yes. I often wonder, though. This is something I wonder because I have a really just messed up mind. If you're intimate with, let's say, a lady, and they say yes, 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 do you think about your wrestling? Because that would make me
okay.
Like, that's right.
It's never happened. It doesn't. It's not. It's never. It never. I don't know if this is PG. It's not long enough. I was just kidding.
Oh, you mean the story you're telling?
Yeah,
right?
the story I'm telling. Yeah.
Let's just.
So yeah, it's Anyways, no, it's never happened to me. If it were to happen, I would probably roll my eyes. I would probably just roll my eyes and go like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh, not me. I would parade around the bedroom.
Right.
Let's shift to one more topic here. Last time we talked, you said, speaking of the yes chant, that you got that idea from a UFC fighter, correct?
He has never approached me. It's Diego Sanchez.
Okay.
But I did hear an interview from him saying that he thought it was cool, that sort of thing, and because I think he's a great fighter and everything. I'd be interested to know what he thinks now that I'm doing the no's instead of the yes, because he thought it was like a positivity thing. Like, oh yeah, if he's down with doing the positive, if he's, I want everybody to be positive. I want to inspire people. And I was listening to it going, I don't think he understands what I'm saying.
Hey man, whatever works.
Yeah.
Now, to keep with the Facebook questions here, a guy wants you to quickly talk about your ECWA Super 8, because we're about half an hour from where that happened. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And they want to talk about your memories in the ECWA Super 8, which still goes on, but is done by a different person now. It's not the same guy.
Yeah, it's not Jim Kettner anymore. So actually that was my big break, because in 2000 I got signed by WWE, and then in 2001 I got fired for the first time. But before that happened, the Haas brothers, they knew Jim Kettner and whatnot, and they said, hey, there's this guy down here that you should put in your annual Super 8 tournament, which at the time was a huge deal, a huge deal in the independents. And so they did it. I went all the way to the finals, wrestling low key, and that's really when I got fired. That's what had made my name on the independents. It didn't matter that I was in WWE developmental. Nobody knew of me. Nobody knew who I was except through this Super 8. And so being in the finals of the Super 8 led me to being in the finals of the APW King of the Indies tournament, and they had me win that, which made the Ring of Honor people who were just starting a new promotion say, hey, this guy's a main eventer. We're bringing him in as one of our main event guys. And it's just one of those things that, a lot of this is just circumstance. A lot of it's just luck. What's the difference between me and a guy like Chad Collier? I just got better opportunities than Chad did.
True that. Nigel McGuinness, all of them. It's the same thing. It's you come off as very humble for being here too, and I think that's cool because a lot of your buddies who don't take us the wrong way, but are just as good, as you or close to as good as you, they didn't get that break.
Well,
so you can represent them.
And that's the thing. A lot of people who get to this level, a lot of them, and I'm always astounded by it. They're like, oh, I work so hard. I deserve to get here. My dad works 60 hours a week at a paper mill. He works hard. You know what I mean? Like, lots of people out there work hard. That doesn't mean that you deserve to be on television or that you deserve anything. For me, and a guy named Robbie Brookside, who's a old-time English wrestler and stuff
amazing,
like that.
by the way.
He helped train William Regal. He told me, this business doesn't owe you anything. None of this owes you anything. You do this because you love this, right?
Yeah.
So if you get good stuff out of it, that's great. I've been very fortunate, but I've also seen a lot of people work every bit as hard as me, and it didn't turn out for him for one reason or another. Nigel McGuinness is a perfect example.
Good.
His health reasons, he just can't wrestle anymore, and it's just sad.
It is. It really is. We're almost done here, but I have to get to this. This comes from Josh.com, his name is, on Facebook. He wants to know he has two questions. One, he wants to know your favorite tugboat match.
I honestly don't remember a single tugboat match.
I don't either.
So, yeah.
Maybe natural disasters. Okay, and this one might be a little easier. What letter of the alphabet do you hate the most? Josh has a guess. He wants to see if he gets it right.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I would have to say probably Z. Maybe Z.
Josh was wrong. He said Q. I don't know why.
I was thinking Q. Josh, that's a good. I was thinking either Q or Z. I was thinking what's very difficult to do in cursive, and it's Q and Z.
They're almost the same.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're all like your penmanship's very excellent. Well, look, Daniel Bryan in the studio to promote SmackDown. There's a fan here. I don't know if you mind this. He came in from really far. He couldn't get into the meet and greet. He didn't win a ticket to get in. He really wanted to meet you. He says that you may know him and he's a big fan. Could I bring him in real quick?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Nick? Could you bring in the fan? Thanks, man. Yeah, he's pumped up to see you, man. Like this guy. I couldn't really understand what he was saying, but he calls and yells. It'll be good. I mean, I think he's. I felt bad. I don't even know if I'd want this guy to be in the meet and greet, to be honest with you.
Is this the Ryback?
No.
Did you bring the Ryback
But
in?
while you're here, the Ryback, do you ride with him? Because I noticed that on Twitter.
Okay, so sometimes I ride with the Ryback. Sometimes I do not ride with the Ryback. Sometimes the Ryback is too much to ride with.
Does he sleep the whole time? I feel like he's a big animal. Would you sleep?
No, he doesn't actually sleep. He's actually very entertaining. He's I found out recently that he's incapable of love.
It's Ken the Box.
Oh, no.
Ken the Box is here.
Ken the Box.
Ken the Box has come to meet you. Ken the Box.
Do you know how Ken the Box goes? He goes like this.
Oh, Jesus. Ken the Box in studio. This is huge. I think that he may be the new tag team champion. I mean, other than you can get rid of Kane. Look at that. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Where's Kane? Where's Kane?
That being said,
Ken the Box.
Before we text everybody, we might have to end this interview. Daniel Bryan, SmackDown tonight. Comcast Tix, CTIX.com. Stay back, bro. Okay. Although that was Ryback in there, I think, too. But stay back, all right? But tonight, you want to come out, tell them right now, don't turn your back.
Okay, yeah. Come out to the Wells Fargo Center tonight. SmackDown's going to be taping. It's going to be awesome. Going to be a great show. Coming out. Tickets start at $20. It's going to be an awesome show.
Go.
Here's the cover. Hook of the leg. He did it. He did it.